The funding partners might ask you to describe how you will achieve public engagement or community engagement. The reason, there are many reasons, but one of them is just the same way you want to achieve impact, the funding partners also have a reason that they are being involved in this, and they usually want to be seen to be involved. They want people to say, oh, this work is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, or this work is funded by USAID, by the American people. So they'll say, oh, you have to always mention us when you publish, always refer to us, acknowledge us and all that. So there's that part for acknowledgement when you put out the products. But in the grant proposal writing, you might be asked, okay, so how will you share the information, the findings that you get from your project? And there are simple things you can say, and I will give you one example. Let's say you're doing a project on tuberculosis, so isoniazid for TB prophylaxis. And your idea is to investigate the barriers for uptake of isoniazid prophylaxis against TB in Cameroon. And now you're finished and you've found the barriers. So one of the things you could do is hold a meeting with the Ministry of Health officials and sensitize them on your findings. You might produce short information in the form of key messages that you distribute by way of social media, by way of press releases, and by way of question and answer sessions that you can hold on a daily basis. You could do that, and this is in addition to the scientific publications that you will do. So there's the scientific publications, and then you have the Q&A sessions, you have the social media, you have feedback sessions with that, and the others that I've mentioned. Feel free to mention it exactly that way, the way you will do it. This is one session in your proposal where you can use bullet points. You can just say, to achieve sufficient public engagement, we will do the following. Point number one, we will meet with the ministry officials once every 6 months to provide progress and highlight challenges or successes. 2, we will hold an annual gathering where we will give feedback on the findings. 3, we will consolidate our findings into short messages that we will distribute by social media. 4, we will create a website for the project, and in that website we will distribute key information with our partners and stakeholders, and so on and so forth. Occasionally there are more active things. I know, for example, in Ifakara we used to, and we still do, hold what we call the annual malaria forum. And in that forum, we basically invite the Ministry of Health and we tell them all the key findings that we got in the last year about malaria. So we can then say in the proposal that our institution already runs an annual malaria forum. We will use this platform to do this and that. You can then also say that I will also participate in international meetings. I will go to conferences, and during the conferences, I will present information from my research. I will also participate in international committees or under national national steering committees, for example. Funding partners really love this. The fact that the information you're generating is directly feeding into policy. So if you say one of your public engagement approaches will be to participate in the national steering committees, they will be really happy. And here you state it very clearly. So that is as far as public engagement goes. It's very open. It's up to you to do that. Remember to mention you will publish this. And depending on who is funding you, there's a big drive now for people to publish open access. Okay? So mention that, and it's something that can also come under the IP issues. But mention this, that we will publish our work. If it's open access, say we will prioritize our publications in open access journals so that they are available to as many people as possible. and that all the data, essential information that we generate will be published as soon as possible so that this information can be utilized. Of course, you have to avoid publishing in predatory journals, but it's our responsibility to publish the good information that we get as this is a form of public engagement as well. So list all of them. In the beginning, you can list like 10, and then you review and see where do I combine. You think about it, which ones are redundant, which ones will actually not happen, which ones will happen, and you remove all those, and then you have that section properly done. If there's a diagrammatic you want to put there, please put it. You say, okay, so our institute or myself, I am already, you can say, myself, I am already a member of the National Tuberculosis Steering Committee, and I will use this platform as a way to, share the information that is coming out of my research. Or a member of our institution is already in the panel that is drafting the new what, and I will share my information in that channel. So again, be very bold and share and tell them how you want to do that. It is not a less important component of your research. It's a very, very important component of your proposal, and so do not take it lightly. Remember, by the way, if during the evaluation there is a tie between you and someone else, your proposal and someone else, it might come down to a decision being made on things such as public engagement plans.